Warning, podcast contains explicit language. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Welcome everyone to the most professional podcast in all of Idaho. Hosted by Joey and Ethan, the Squawk Talk Podcast.
Welcome back. We thought it was going to be longer. The wait's no more. Season 3, Episode 2. Joey and Ethan, we're back. Gonna cheers to that.
Prost.
Prost. It's been a little bit. It was a longer hiatus than what we had planned on. Technical difficulties held us back a little bit, but brother, we're here. We're here.
We back.
We're back.
We're back and better than ever. The picture looks better.
Picture looks better.
We look better.
We are better.
Your glasses look amazing.
And I can see your beautiful blue eyes today, which I love to see. Love to see it.
Dude, stop. Not in front of the viewers.
Stop. Oh
Jeez.
my god.
Oh, man. What's been going on, brother?
Oh, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. A little bit of Rico. I don't know if they'll be able to hear the scratching in the background, but
maybe we'll hear a nice meow from him or some shit like that.
We tried to close the door to keep him from jumping around during the podcast, and it's actually backfired a little bit.
Yeah. You think we would learn?
We never do. He never does. Nobody ever will. Nobody ever has.
We live in his world.
Oh, yeah. No, you're telling me, dog. No, as far as, like, things go, like, when was the last time we podcasted?
About a month ago. It's 4 weeks.
About a month ago.
I don't know that song, but
I did not expect you to.
That was good.
It's about gang shit.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
You don't know that life.
Nope.
You don't know.
Never been a part of that life.
I have. It's called the Air Force.
Yeah.
Yeah,
speaking of Air Force, you're back.
Your boy's back.
After a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I enlisted in the Idaho Air National Guard. Swore in on Tuesday.
Attaboy.
I got like 5 years on my contract.
It's a long fucking time.
Dude, okay, I'm gonna tell you. So when I enlisted in the New York Air National Guard.
Mm-hmm. Shout out.
Shout out. Miss y'all, love y'all. Can't wait to see you in a couple months.
In a couple months?
Yeah, so they have a team coming from Syracuse over to Gowan to teach a CMT course.
Fuck, nice.
Yeah, they're bringing like my decoration, stuff
Hell
like
yeah.
that. And I'm hoping to see some of the homies. I don't know who's coming, but hopefully I can take some of the boys downtown and show them
Hell
around.
yeah.
But see, here's the thing. When I did my enlistment in New York, it was just me, my chief, I believe the first shirt, and that was pretty much it. That was there for the swearing. The entire bomb dump was out there.
Wow.
Like, it was everybody. It was the commander, it was the senior, it was all of the airmen, all of the NCOs. Everybody who was there was there.
Wow.
And it was, like, mad uncomfortable because I wasn't in uniform, right? I had to do it in civilian clothes. And
did you have to do it in civilian clothes?
Because I was technically separating.
Oh.
So it's weird.
That's
It's weird how it works.
That's
I was
funky.
technically separating and rejoining at the same time, so you're not supposed to be in uniform. I was in uniform when I did New York. But it was just weird. But they were very, very excited to be swearing in a 7 level.
That's
Like a
fucking
fully
awesome.
qualified 7 level. And I'm like, y'all, I ain't been doing this for a while. Like, I have it off like 6 months.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be a little rusty.
Nah, dude. It's like a bike. You'll hop back on it. You'll be good to go.
Yep. Right back on the depression bike.
Speaking of bikes, we're on week 3. Week 3 of Supercross is back.
Ooh.
That's why I wore the Honda hat.
Is that why you texted me the other day if I'd get a dirt bike?
Yeah. I'm kind of on that kick again.
Well, so
Get it?
here's the thing. I had to buy this new computer.
Yeah.
That was my dirt bike money.
It's okay. I have an extra one you could ride.
All right.
I have to get it from Boise,
All right.
but I got an extra one. Actually, my dad has an extra one, so you'd have to ask Gorgeous Kenny.
Can I borrow it? I know you listen. Can I borrow it?
He does listen because he called me from that fucking short that we did, and he's like, "Where'd you get that T-shirt? The Def Leppard Journey one."
Yeah.
He's like, "That's my T-shirt."
Did you take it from his house?
I didn't fucking take it from his house. He brought it to me. It ended up in my closet. I don't know how it ended up in my closet. I think he brought it, but this will be an ongoing conversation between me and him because he thinks I take his shit,
I'll tell you what, Gorgeous Kenny.
and I don't.
I'll get you your shirt back
Jeez.
if you get the bike down here.
God.
That's good quid pro quo. You
that's
know,
good.
eye for an eye. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
That's good.
You're nice, fully clothed back now because you got that shirt.
Dude, I swear, when I told Carly that we're going into another sports season, she was so she was upset. I don't know the feelings that she had, but it was not good.
What was she upset about, the Supercross?
Yeah, because another sports season. We just got out of football,
Okay. Well, we're still in football and it's
We
still
are.
depressing.
but she's like, okay, cool. Now I could have the TV. Nope. We got college basketball. We got hockey. And now we got Supercross.
Hockey ain't over until like July, dude.
Yeah.
Like June, July. I think
know.
it's June. Early June is Stanley
When
Cup.
playoffs start? Or, yeah.
I think Stanley Cup's in June.
'Cause they go into May. They do go into May. But,
Yeah, I think the Stanley Cup's like first week of June.
hell yeah.
I think because I remember like seeing some playoff games while I was deployed.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Do you not have two TVs with smart TV capabilities?
Yeah, we do. One's in the bedroom, though.
Okay, so why can't you watch the one in the bedroom?
I would give her the living room one.
Then put the Xbox in the bedroom one.
God, she'd be pissed.
Then watch Carly. Then just watch the one in the bedroom.
I don't know, dude.
I don't understand.
It's a give and take.
Texted my boy, you want to play some Fortnite? No, gotta give the TV to the wife.
Hey,
No, all I hear is a high pitched voice because you no longer have your balls.
Oh, it's okay. It's all good. I enjoy watching those TV shows.
Carly, can I borrow your purse one day so I can give Joey his balls back for a little while?
Real Housewives of New York, Real Housewives of Salt Lake, Selling Salt Lake, Real Housewives of Potomac, 90 Day Fiance, MILF Manor 2. That one's a good one. I think you would like that
It's
one.
all brain rot, dude.
Dude, we just sit on the couch and just fucking watch it. It's great. I get my
Okay, my question.
yeah.
When you sit on the couch and you just watch it, are you actually watching it, or do you have your phone on and you're catching things as they happen?
No, I am watching it because I'm making fun of everything that
Okay,
happens.
is she scrolling through TikTok or anything? Because if the answer is yes, you take the frickin' TV back and play some fucking video games with your boy.
Dude, we've been through a lot since we've done this, and we need to talk about that 24 hours of the ban that happened to TikTok.
See, that didn't affect me at all.
That didn't affect you at all.
No, so the only thing that it did was when I laid in bed to watch my nightly TikToks, I just put on Instagram and watched a couple of dumbass reels.
I remember, oh, you son of a bitch. I remember when I was watching the Instagram reels, you were like, Joey, you need to get TikTok. I'm like, nah, dude, I don't want to. Instagram reels where it's at.
They're like a couple months behind.
And you're telling me that you watched Instagram reels.
I had to because there was no TikTok.
Dude, that's when I went to the YouTube Shorts.
YouTube Shorts. Ooh,
Yeah.
smart move.
And guess
Good.
what? I watched the Squawk Talk ones.
Okay.
Like and subscribe, baby.
Like, share, subscribe.
Good plug. But no, man. Did we hear from any fans about topics or anything like that, or are we vibing on this one, or?
I have a request from my dad, but he wants to be here for that one.
Okay.
So we need to figure out seating.
Yeah.
We are getting ready to accept guests. We just need to figure out the layout of the bedroom podcast room.
And you guys, if you want to be a guest, first off, you have to send us a DM and persuade us to get on this podcast, because we're the most professional podcast in Idaho.
Yeah, we're a hot commodity.
Yeah.
You know how many people we've had ask to be on this podcast?
A shit ton.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
I'm just saying.
I can think of 3 off the top of my head.
Yep.
4 actually. 4 off the top of my head. But But see, here's the thing. It's the layout of the bedroom that I would have to figure out in order for...
Our guests could lay on the bed.
No. I'm not having random motherfuckers lay on my bed.
We'll have, like,
My bed
other
is for
sheets.
me and me only.
We'll have other
No.
sheets.
No, some Squawk Talk sheets, though. That'd be kind of cool.
Dude. Fuck.
Dude.
Yep. I hear
Or
you.
a Squawk Talk pillowcase at least. So you have your 1 pillow, 2 pillow, 3 pillow. Boom. Squawk Talk.
All great ideas.
I like it. I think I'm here for it. I think
Yeah, we'll figure out the layout.
we have had some issues with merch.
We have.
Um,
We're trying to figure those out. I may have jumped the gun a little bit. We do have merch, but it's our merch right now.
Are you gonna give it to me? Ever?
Yes, I'm going to give it to you. Well, if you quit giving it away,
Well, I'm sorry. People want our shit.
it's great.
And,
And I'm
okay.
super thankful for it. And we're figuring it out as it goes, okay?
What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do when the best part of me was always you?
What am I supposed to say when I'm all choked up and you're okay?
I need some Squawk Talk merch. Yeah.
I know. We'll get it. We'll get it.
So I don't really understand what the holdup is. I kind of
The holdup is we have okay.
I'm just gonna blame China.
We could blame China. We could blame China. Just
China's
like
the problem.
how they took away our TikTok for 24 hours. Okay, actually that was
Place
us.
the tariffs.
Yeah,
Place the tariffs.
everything. Okay. Wow, we just got political.
Not really. We're just making fun of some orange dude. That's really all we're doing.
Old white people do.
But no, I think one of the holdups is so see, I have a full-time job. Joey has a full-time job.
Yeah.
Joey has 2 full-time jobs. 3 actually. He has 3 full-time jobs. He's got a job.
Mm-hmm.
He's married.
Yeah.
And he's got a dog that pees in the house.
Ooh, I have an update to that.
No, really?
I
Sean?
do. We got her a crate.
Yeah, okay. You had her a crate. But it was a shitty crate.
It was a shitty crate. We
But that's
got
a good
her
crate?
an indestructible one. It's got like 3/8 rebar for the bars, and she can't bite through it.
Okay.
So we've been constantly like having her in it, and I am happy to say, ladies and gentlemen, JDs and littlemen, no pee. There has been no pee on that floor in about a week.
What about in the crate?
No pee in the crate.
So she was peeing out of protest.
She was peeing out. She was peeing because she was probably bored.
That bitch.
I know, literally that bitch.
Yeah, that's why I said it. 'Cause
But-
it was loud.
So we put her bed in the crate.
Okay.
As normal, right? So we took it out of the bedroom, put it in there.
uh-huh.
So if she wants to pee, she has to lay in the pee.
Yeah.
And I don't think she wants to
So
lay in
maybe
the pee.
she has been peeing, but she's just been sopping it up.
That very well. She's been sleeping in our bed every night, so that would be that would suck.
Give her a good old sniff when you get home tonight.
I have. She smells okay.
No, she don't
Not
smell
bad.
like. She don't smell like pee. Pee's sterile anyway,
Yeah, it's okay.
so it's not like you're gonna get sick.
Could
from
you
it.
drink dog's piss? Would you drink dog's piss?
For fun or for like
No,
survival?
Survival.
Yeah.
You drink dog's piss.
To survive, yeah.
Would you drink Rico's piss?
If to survive, yeah. It's like it's more like a shot.
Yeah,
He is small little bladder. He a little dude.
that's true.
Here's my question: would you drink my piss?
For fun? Yeah.
No, so there's a way you can. So like if you're in the desert,
Mhm.
you dig a hole, and this is like, God willing, you have Saran wrap or something.
Right.
Right. Or some sort of plastic tarp or something, some sort of plastic trash bag. Trash bag will
Yeah.
work. Right. And you get 2 cups. And they don't even have to be like cups, but like two things that can hold
Containers,
liquid.
right?
Right. You have one liquid. You have one empty container in the middle of this hole.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the pea cup next to it, and then you have the tarp or the plastic bag or whatever drip down, and the low point hangs over the empty cup,
Okay.
and then the heat from the sun is going to evaporate the urine, and it's going to condense on the bag, and then reverse osmosis down into the
filter
into the cup.
liquid. Cool.
Still tastes kind of like piss,
Yeah.
but it's not as pissy.
Have you ever like drank coffee and like you pee and it smells like coffee?
No. So here's my favorite fact about me. My favorite fact about me is when I drink tons of coffee and then I pee, it smells like popcorn.
What?
Yes, and then I mad crave popcorn, dude. Smell my pee one time.
I mad crave popcorn.
Yeah, so next Thursday I'll make a coffee and then I'll have you smell my pee.
Perfect. I might just bring this. We might do a podcast in the bathroom.
We could. The echo would be really bad.
It'd be
but
really bad.
you know what we need? Okay, so
Do we fill up a cup and show them what color our pee is? Or is that OnlyFans material?
that's OnlyFans because my shit was like neon yellow this morning.
Was it?
Yeah, because I had a Monster.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the juice, Monster Juice. I
Mhm.
like those ones. I don't
Which
like.
one do you like?
I like the Mango Java or the
Okay.
Mango Loco or whatever it's
I go
called.
Pacific Punch.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Yep.
I'm more of a Red Bull guy, but I've been on a. I
Red
used to
Bull's
drink a lot of.
Expensive.
I used to drink a lot of Monster juices.
Yeah.
It was one Monster juice, and then 2 Tornados in the morning. That was my
There you go.
breakfast when I was in the military.
Yep.
I mean, kind of bringing it back. I don't know. Like I'm on a military kick again. I guess I'm getting all these
You got
dumbass emails with taskers and stuff that I gotta do.
clean
and
shave, fresh cut, new glasses. You really are on the kick. But
Dude, I'm like replying to work emails. I'm replying to military emails at work, and I'm just like, I'm getting a little overwhelmed. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm tired, boss.
I'm tired.
tired.
I'm ready.
But
It's too damn bad.
I have a good topic. It's about what you texted me last night. So you
Yeah.
saw for the first time. Explain what you saw.
I saw a string of bright lights in the sky
Just like in a row.
in
right?
a row, in a vertical row.
And see, I saw that for the first time this year too, down in California.
Yeah.
That is Elon Musk's Starlink satellites.
So I'm gonna say one thing only. Fuck Elon Musk. Don't like that man. I don't like that man, Sam. I am.
Yeah, I don't like his cars.
His cars are shit.
Yeah.
His satellites are ugly in my night sky. You telling me I can't look at the stars no more?
No,
I look up and I see fucking satellites.
absolutely.
Pisses me off.
Which takes me to my point. I have been doing some research and I got some stuff to tell you. I went on like a deep dive down a rabbit hole about satellites
Yeah.
and about how much shit they're willing to tell us that actually is around this earth. Because let's be real here.
Mm-hmm.
I know that this isn't everything that's out there.
Yeah.
So as of November 2024, there are approximately 28,300 satellites orbiting this Earth.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either, dude.
Although, can I say something?
Go ahead.
I went out to the South Hills the other day,
Mhm.
and I ran out of service. But I was still texting
Dude,
you
I saw
because
that.
I connected via satellite.
Yeah.
And did it tell you that it
It
sent via
did,
satellite?
yeah.
That was so
That was
fucking
fucking
cool.
crazy.
So you know what? It's stars texting my boy when I'm up in the mountains.
Mhm.
I don't know.
So here they're gonna I'm gonna break it down for you. As of November, same again, 2024, Starlink has 6,476 satellites orbiting Earth. Geostationary satellites, there are 1,020. Amateur radio, which I have no fucking clue what that is 739 satellites, and OneWeb. What the fuck is OneWeb?
I have no clue.
648 satellites.
One web to rule them all, another web to bind them.
It's and no shit. And here's the kicker: is every year there is a growth of satellites.
Oh yeah.
There's 6.8% increase in satellites from 2023 to 2024.
Do you remember that movie? I can't remember what the name of it was, but it had Sandra Bullock. It's a space movie. Sandra Bullock and George Clooney.
Oh, it wasn't Interstellar.
No, it
I
wasn't
know which one you're
Interstellar.
talking about.
And the whole movie was caused by space debris. They were out doing a fix on the space station, and they got hit by rogue space debris because it travels like 28,000 miles an hour. And it doesn't slow down because there's no friction. Isn't that terrifying?
Yeah, and the thing is the lifespan of a satellite is 5 to 10 years.
That's ridiculous.
And you got to just think of how much money they're pumping in to putting satellites into orbit.
Well, so they're pumping all these satellites up here, right? What happens when one connects with another one? And is that just going to be like a chain reaction, or are we just going to have like this floating debris that just gets faster and faster and faster? Is it going to fall to Earth? Is it going to essentially become a freaking spacecraft mulcher,
Right.
to where we can't leave our orbit because there's so many fast moving satellites?
I have no fucking clue.
Are we creating our own jail cell around Earth?
So here was my thought today. I ran this by somebody and he was lost for words. You know how you were talking about the pee, the reverse osmosis in the clear plastic bag from the sunlight.
Yeah.
What if, because normally satellites have like a reflective.
Yeah.
What if?
Well, that's why we can see them from space.
Exactly. But what if the sun is beating off of them so much, and there are like 30,000 satellites, that is what's causing our ozone to deplete? Is basically
So kind of like how you burn an ant with a magnifying glass.
Fucking exactly. That's what I told. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm so glad you said
really
that
are getting
because
goosebumps.
I said that today.
Huh.
What if that is the reason that we're having all these issues? Is because of we're basically destroying our own world by shooting shit up into space.
Well, we are. So first off, we already know we're destroying our own world.
Right.
But
What if this is the key factor?
Okay, so see,
it's not the cows
global,
farting.
Global warming is kind of a sensitive subject for me because I get kind of passionate about it. Because I think it's bullshit. I don't think it's bullshit that global warming is a thing. If you look at the history of the world, and you look at like the ebbs and flows of temperatures, the time period that humans have been on Earth is the longest time period of a solid temperature or lack of temperature fluctuation.
Okay.
So throughout all of the history of the Earth, however far back it goes, that's a debate we're not going to get into.
Right.
But from the time of the dinosaurs all the way up to us, the temperature up, down, up, down, up, down, drastically. The time period humans have been top dogs has been the single most steady, longest time period of temperature.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's just dumb luck. Because if you look at like the qualifications for like a world to be life sustaining or whatever, right? It's got to be in the perfect spot at the perfect place at the perfect time.
It's
right?
like
So like that's already beating the odds, right? And you have like temperature. Sorry for the hiccups. This is the end of the beer. It's my dinner.
Yeah.
Boy dinner.
Right.
But we don't have as many active volcanoes right now. The volcanoes are what caused global warming in the past.
Right.
Because the methane and everything that came out of it caused greenhouse gases, right? Millions times more concentrated than what cows are doing.
Right.
Cows aren't the issue. Cars aren't the issue. Because this was a long time coming anyway, because if you look at the history of the Earth and then the time period that we've lived, we're due for a temperature fluctuation.
What if it's going to be because of the satellites, dude?
I don't think it's because of the satellites. I think it's in spite of the satellites. I think the satellites are probably adding to it and exacerbating the issue. But I think what really is happening is just a natural progression of the Earth's temperature fluctuations. So the real question isn't how we stop global warming, is how do we survive global warming, I think, is what the real question should be. I think instead of putting all this effort into saving the environment from temperature fluctuation, I think we should be more so preparing for the environment to come from the global warming, because all of the animals that survived the ice ages and all those other global warming events, right, those are the ones that were built for that environment. So we need to prep for that specific environment that's going to come. We have the technology to prepare for a more violent kind of world with the firestorms and the hurricanes and everything. Look at China and their earthquake-ridden country. All of their buildings are earthquake-resistant.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of building our house on the sand, we need to build a house on the rock.
Right. And guess what? Everything is fucking built on over here.
Especially New Orleans.
Yep. Well, they're fucking below. They're on sand. They're below the fucking water level.
Right. So like, you really need to. I think because the ice caps are gonna melt, all this water is gonna come back. You need to look back on. Okay, so we're finding trilobites in Montana. So you could probably determine that there are big portions of Montana or the Great Idaho Lake that's probably going to be underwater at
Right.
some point. Probably not in my lifetime, probably not in our kids' lifetimes. But it's down the road, and I think we have a better chance of preparing for that instance than actually reversing the cause of global warming and stopping the Earth's natural progression as a planet.
Right. Well, you gotta think, man. We have a fucking canyon, not even like a couple football fields away from
Exactly.
us, and that water level was that tall.
Exactly.
I don't
So-
know, man. It's just a thought. I thought I would throw it out there.
I think if the satellites can. Okay, so you're a big Disney fan. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So you're pretty well versed in Marvel. Ish. Do you
kinda.
remember? Do you remember? I think it was Age of Ultron.
Mhm.
Iron Man wanted to create a shield around the Earth.
Yep.
What if we use the satellites? We get a whole bunch of satellites built that can connect to each other, and create a shield that is somewhat of a UV block from the sun. And you can change the amount of UV rays that come into the Earth. And instead of doing a magnifying glass effect and heating the Earth up, what if we use the magnifying glasses to actually control the amount of sun that comes in and heats up the Earth?
But here's my thing about that. That's a great idea. But what
Who
happens?
controls it?
Yes. And
Yeah.
what happens if someone gets pissed off and then they just completely block out a side of the Earth, and boom, we're all frozen to death.
No, and I get that. That brings in a whole different kind of
Yeah.
warfare.
No.
That's why you have the Space Force. Right?
Right.
So the biggest thing that keeps people from using nuclear warheads since World War II is mutually assured destruction, correct?
Mm-hmm. If someone does it, we're all fucked, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think what you could do is you could put in a system of a mutually assured destruction for the Earth sunblock, and scientists are going to be the least political people that you'll ever meet.
Right.
Right? So scientists should be the ones in control of it. Obviously regulated by different world organizations to make sure that they're all
Yep.
combined together in some form of treaty
Yep.
that, some random president or dictator can't pull out of on a whim.
Right.
Right?
They just sign an order and they're done. Right.
No shade there or anything.
Right.
But I think that the consequences of fucking with the Earth shield would be too much of a mutually assured destruction kind of deal.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yes, everything is going to have a worst case scenario, right? Dude, building an Earth shield is like falling in love, right? It's like meeting somebody, putting yourself out there. You just got to be ready to get hurt again, right? Because there's always going to be that chance that it's not going to work out. But do you really want to be stuck in your bubble, no pun intended, but do you really want to be stuck in an endless loop of sadness and humanity death or like depression?
Right.
Or do you want to put yourself out there, ask that girl out on a date, fall in love,
Right.
Like it's the same thing. No, like it's humanity at its core. You gotta try.
Right. And this brings up another thought. If scientists aren't prepared, like, they're obviously preparing for something, right? Because why the fuck are we sending so much shit up into space to see if those fucking astronauts, dude, they were not meant to stay up in space that long. They're fucking supposed to be back.
They're the ones for like the 8-week mission that
Yeah.
are still up there.
Are
6
still
months
fucking up
later.
there. Yeah. What the fuck?
Which I think is kind of funny, seeing the conspiracy theories that come out of that. You heard the one with the Santa Claus hats?
Yeah, how the fuck did they get the Santa Claus hats up there? Because
May I say something before you get heated and sound stupid?
No, I'm not going to sound stupid.
Okay.
Well, let me just tell you.
I'll make you.
Shut up. You could only have so much space, in a rocket to send stuff up there.
Uh-huh.
Why the fuck are you sending up a fucking Santa Claus hat up there?
Who says they send it up there then?
That's a good point. Well, someone sent it up at some time.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
All right, so you know how many times I've moved, right?
Yep.
And I really don't have a lot of space for a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
The Santa Claus hat I have over here, did I buy it this year?
No.
No. Did I buy it last year?
Mm-mm.
Did I buy it 3 years ago?
I don't know.
I don't think so. My point being is that a lot of the times when astronauts go up, same thing with people on deployments, when people deploy, they bring sentimental things like a pillowcase or like sheets or something that smell
Absolutely.
like home, something small that's foldable, And so what more than likely happened was there was a couple of astronauts that brought up some Santa Claus hats because they knew they were going to be away for the holidays, much like I did when I was deployed.
Yeah.
And you just kind of leave it there because there's only so much room for the rocket home. It's not the rocket that they bring home. It is not a rocket that's used for storage. It's used to bring people back, and that's it.
I guess my biggest thing that I was thinking of is if they're still sending up supplies to them, why the fuck can't they send up a rocket to bring them home?
That I don't understand.
Yeah.
That I don't understand.
I mean, because you got to think that up there at the International Space Station, they're all one, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not, I mean, obviously they're separate countries, but that's their one place where they're basically their team.
I don't understand why they, I mean, if it has to be manned all the time, which I don't know much about the space station. I actually really kind of want to look into it now that we're talking about it.
Space is so interesting.
It's too much for me sometimes. I won't lie to you. Like once I start thinking about the expansiveness of space, it kind of fucks with my head a little bit.
Yeah.
But what I will give you that. I don't understand why they couldn't have sent up replacements or brought them home if they're sending up supplies. The only thing I can think of is that it's easier to send a rocket into space than it is to bring it back. That's a fact.
Right.
And the only thing that I can think of is that the reason why they haven't brought them back is, one, the type of rockets that are bringing up supplies are different.
Right.
And two, maybe they're just dumping those rockets. Maybe they're bringing up supplies and those rockets are
just floating.
Just space debris at that point. I don't know. I haven't looked that much into it.
Are they waiting for some billionaire to come up with a private rocket to bring them home?
No, that's not going to be a good thing to wait for it. But
yeah.
I think the fact that it's easier to send stuff up into space versus bring people back into space because that window is so small.
Right.
And
you have to find the perfect angle or perfect time and shit like that.
All that. And then weather, too.
Right.
Like, the weather on Earth, if it's not good, they can't bring them back. Even if the re-entry window's open, if the weather's bad, they can't bring them back.
I see, that's what I don't understand. How can it be, like, the specific window for them to re-enter Earth if Earth is so fucking big?
Maybe there's too many satellites in the way.
No shit. Yeah. Fuck, it all comes back to South.
But I mean, fucking Florida snowed.
Yeah, it snowed down there. Dude, I saw
someone like 10 inches.
They were having a fucking snowball fight on Bourbon Street in New Orleans.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
It's
fucking scary, but it's fucking amazing.
And we've gotten, snow twice and not even an inch each time? Mm. It's fucking wild, dude. Everybody told me when you move to Twin, you better get snow tires. I don't have snow tires, and I ain't slipped one.
It's just fucking cold, dude.
Yeah.
That wind chill makes it fucking freezing.
I hate wind, dude. Yeah, I hate wind.
It just sucks that we live in, besides Mountain Home, we live in a fucking pretty windy part of Idaho.
Yeah.
So one last thing when it comes to space, and this is what I don't understand, and maybe you could shine some light on this. Get it, shine light, satellite, bubble. We are just now getting the best, visuals of what Mars is like the best high def of the surface.
Okay.
How long do you think behind we are from getting those pictures? So, say
it's
takes
a couple of days, isn't it?
I have no clue. That's why I'm asking.
No, I've heard it. I've heard it before.
Because you gotta think.
It's just like a significant delay.
Yeah, because
I think it's a couple of days.
That's fucking crazy.
No, to me, what's crazy is the fact that we can even get them, from the rovers and stuff. I don't get it. Dude, I don't understand Wi-Fi, and now we're sending stuff from planet to planet. I don't get it. I don't get how you can turn energy waves into pictures, and then high def. Is that
how they're doing it?
Is this the only thing that I could think of? You're not dragging a cord.
You don't have fucking Bluetooth. Is it Bluetooth?
Yeah, dude. I can't connect to the Bluetooth in my car half the time.
No shit, dude.
No, I think and they can make adjustments to where the rover moves and stuff too, which is fucking crazy. What I think would be really funny is to build the world's or the universe's longest Ethernet cord.
Right.
And then just drag it back and forth.
No shit.
That'd be kind of cool. Oh, dude, a zip line. A Fortnite zip line from here to Mars.
It just it makes me think that we're able to do that, but there's so much shit here on Earth that is impossible to do.
We haven't even discovered half of our ocean floors.
Why not do the fucking ocean?
Because we're scared of Megalodon.
Or a Kraken.
Or both, dude.
Yeah.
I imagine the Kraken and the Megalodon probably run the bottoms of the Earth.
Do you think they're underwater satellites?
I think if they're underwater, it's not satellites anymore, isn't it?
I have no clue what it would be called. Like a form of something like because the satellite's always in orbit,
Well,
right?
you know about the cables that the ocean cables, right?
No.
So there's big ass cables that are like massive,
Right.
that like run across the entire ocean floor from like the U.S. to like Europe to Japan.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't fucking know
Yeah.
that.
There's seafloor cables
Oh
that
shit.
run the distance across the oceans.
I didn't fucking know that.
Yeah.
That's a good topic.
Yeah, you can cut them and then like
Just completely screw over that country.
a lot of countries. Yeah. And it's one of those things where people are like, well, why don't countries do that? I think it's kind of a mutually assured destruction kind of deal.
Yeah.
Because if you cut the ocean floors, I mean, guess what? Nuke. Right, because it's such a big deal. Yeah, I didn't know you didn't know about that.
That's no fucking
shit's
clue.
crazy. You should look it up sometime.
We should do. I'll look it up for the next pod and I'll bring it up real quick. But no, man, I was really on that kick of going down that rabbit hole, and I know that there are a lot more things out in space that we don't know.
Right.
But man, 28,000 and it's growing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of shit out in space around our Earth.
Well, I'm not so like as far as like if what?
I just fucking came up with something.
Okay.
Okay. The rings of Saturn.
Yeah.
What if that was fucking...
What if that was an old planet?
What if that was an old planet and those were all of its fucking satellites, and then it screwed over that planet because now it's all gas, and
Can I burst your satellite bubble real quick?
Go ahead.
So we've sent probes to Saturn.
Have we?
Yeah, and we know like what like the majority of the rings are made up of.
It's like comets and like asteroids, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like ice and asteroids and stuff like that. So it's like, the way that the way the moon was created, right? Or theorized that it was created. So the Big Bang, right?
Right.
You know, you boom, right? And there's like rocks and shit everywhere magically, right? Don't really understand that part. Yeah. But I mean, you can look at it from a creationist's point of view too. But I'm not going to get too political. So if you're a believer in God, think of it as God's doing this. If you're a believer in just science, just think science is just doing this. Yep. Either way, both can happen. Yeah. God could have done it this way, and then science could have done it this way. Mm-hmm. Or maybe God created science, and regardless, we're not getting there, basically, but this is how the Big Bang happened, right? All right, so boom.
Right.
Big Bang happens, rocks everywhere, rocks bing, 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 bang, boom, right? Hitting into each other. And as the rocks hit each other, bigger rocks have gravity.
Right.
Gravity pulls things into it, right? So Earth is this big molten rock because like the friction and everything's causing the rocks and everything to melt and everything. And then bigger asteroids come in. And then boom, bombard Earth with asteroids, and bits of Earth are flying off of it, right? And those bits of Earth became the moon.
I didn't know that. That's fucking awesome. So the biggest chunk just decided to stay.
Yeah, basically the Earth formed like the Earth off of Earth chunks.
Okay.
And basically what happened is like it got all round and shit because it had its own gravity, but it wasn't where it landed was just in the perfect spot to orbit or Earth.
Right.
Right? And that's what happened with Saturn and Jupiter. It's why Jupiter's got like 7 moons.
Yeah. 7
or 12 moons. It's got a lot of moons.
It's a lot, right.
And I mean some of Jupiter's moons are the size of Earth. Right?
Yeah.
I believe Titan is the size of Earth.
Yep.
I got in a big space kick for a long time there.
That's awesome.
Space and dinosaurs, man, is my shit. And
I'm getting into space and the paranormal again. Mm-hmm. I'm really enjoying the paranormal.
And so the reason why Saturn has rings is because none of those chunks were big enough to counteract Saturn's gravity and cling on to each other. Mm-hmm. So those rings kind of just sit there dormant like our satellites. Right. It's what keeps our satellites from banging into each other is because they just all kind of just landed in this orbit around Saturn and were never significant enough to latch onto each other.
But then, so how does a rock turn basically into gas?
Like
because there are
Jupiter?
Is it Jupiter?
Yeah, Jupiter's a gas giant. I believe Saturn's a gas giant too.
How?
As far as like the gas giants go, I don't believe the entirety of the planet is gas.
So we just can't send a probe in far enough to see the...
Right, because so like, You know that big spot on
Yeah,
Jupiter?
the fucking storm that's been going on for
It's a hurricane.
for
It's a
millions of
hurricane,
years.
and it has this like you can fit like 280 Earths inside the eye of that hurricane. Right, that's just how big Jupiter is.
That's fucking insane.
And the pressure of Jupiter is so strong that we can't send a probe in to go in there, but I'm pretty sure there is a solid point on it. It's just it's a
You
giant
just can't
planet
get to it.
mainly formed by gas, but there's still a center gravitational pull to it.
Right.
Gas can be dense too.
Yeah, if you get a high enough concentration,
Right.
absolutely.
And so, like how the Big Bang happened, that gas might have just concentrated.
And gas usually settles too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But
'cause gas
so gas on Earth
weighs more than
air. Gas settles.
Right.
Because the gravitational pull is bringing it down towards Earth, right? Now, if the gas is its own gravitational pull, then the center of the gas giant is going to be the heavier. So let's say helium is light. I think it's barin. Oxygen is heavier than helium. We'll just go with oxygen, right? So let's just say we have no gravity, right? And I have a handful of oxygen and a handful of helium, and I slap them together, right? The oxygen can't settle low or high. The oxygen can only settle in on itself because it has a more gravitational pull.
Okay.
And then helium is going to surround that surface.
It. Oh, okay.
And so if you've got a high concentration of all that shit.
This is good topics, dude. I love talking about this.
I love space.
This is fucking amazing. No, dude.
But I would be willing to bet that there's probably some form of solid matter within like Jupiter and Saturn. We just can't see it because I don't believe we've gotten inside either of the gas giants.
We need to have Neil deGrasse Tyson on this.
I love listening to that man talk.
Me too. He's great. If we could get him on this podcast, that'd be like, we made it. Well, we already made it, but we'll make it again.
No, that's a whole new level of made it, dude.
No, it's just kind of a crazy thought because, we see space every night.
We do.
But how often do you sit there and watch and think about what the fuck is going on out there?
Every night I come home and it's dark out and I can see the sky. I will sit in my car and look through my sunroof. Sometimes I'll open my sunroof and I'll just sit there and I'll just look and be like, damn.
And the most amazing part is we live in a small enough city, town, whatever you want to call it, that you could go out like 10 minutes outside of town and be around no lights. And you have the clearest fucking view of the sky.
Well, if I lived closer to the South Hills, I'd probably be going up there like at least once every weekend to just go out there and just like park on the side of the road. And just
at my house, 5 miles away, I could look outside. There's barely any fucking light pollution out there. Yeah, I just fucking look up.
I got a bit over here.
Yeah.
But
you could go 10 minutes down that way.
Yeah.
Or outside of town, like towards Filer, and be able to see perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, to our listeners and viewers, if you get a chance, just go fucking outside and just look up at the sky. You'll see a lot of crazy shit that you can't explain.
If you were to sit down and look up at the sky and just ponder, the massiveness of what you're looking at, your problems that you're dealing with on a day-to-day basis are going to seem so much smaller and so much more manageable. When I get a long list of things that I need to do with deadlines and things that I need to accomplish, I will sit and I'll look up and I'll be like, you know what? It's not that bad. Right. Could be a whole lot worse. Somebody up in this big black abyss has got more problems than me.
And you know what? They might just be doing the exact same fucking thing, looking. You know what I mean?
You never know.
Because who's to say that there isn't other life out there?
There is. There has to be.
There has to be.
The odds.
Yeah.
When we're talking about an infinite space with infinite possibilities,
right?
It's literally impossible to say that in infinite possibilities and infinite space that we are the only ones. That's impossible.
Right.
Any idiot that knows how to do 1 + 1 mathematics can figure that equation out, bitch.
It's 4. I'm just kidding. It's 2.
Also, they call the goal back.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, so just so you know, for our viewers, if you see both of us looking to our left, is because we also have the Seattle Kraken game.
That's Kraken hockey, baby.
So we're kind of getting this like double whammy of sports and knowledge. It's kind of nice. I like it.
Also, you think I'm gonna see a dub on Saturday?
I think you might.
I hope
Who are
so.
they playing against?
I believe it's the Rapid City Rush.
There you go, dude.
Run it back.
Run it back. Run it back. Go get a dub.
I'm gonna try, dude.
No, dude. I do have another question. It's on another topic. I was listening to another podcast, and they talked about cloning.
Okay. I like this topic. I know a little bit about cloning.
So-
I'm a big fan of Jurassic Park.
Right? So let me ask you this, right? There are so many departments or grocery stores out there, right?
Okay.
Chicken, beef, pork.
Meat.
We'll just say meat, right? The big three. How much of that meat do you think is cloned?
None of it.
Would you
It's
eat?
illegal?
Would you eat cloned meat?
100%. Yeah.
Really?
I actually think we should do it.
Do you not? Wait, you really don't think that any of that meat is cloned? There's that many animals
Yeah.
producing fucking eggs.
Mhm.
Really?
Think about the expansiveness of the earth, and every country is producing some sort of meat product.
Absolutely. And you gotta think of like Costco.
Okay, can I put it in perspective?
Go
Kind
ahead.
of bring it back to space a little bit?
Yeah.
Kind of back to our global warming topic. If people are legitimately saying that cows are causing global warming, there has to be enough fucking cows to feed everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And to
That's why I
constantly
think
have
that.
fresh meat come in every day to just. I'm just gonna
Well,
say to
my-
Costco because Costco has a fucking big selection of this shit.
My aunt and uncle own a ranch, and they never run out of cows,
Right.
but they're also never short on selling beef.
It's just kind of crazy to me to think that there's enough animals. Like it's almost unfathomable for me to think about that
Yeah.
because it's like, me personally, if
Well, if
I'm gonna get into a little conspiracy here, who's to say that we're not eating clone food? If it's government regulated, it's
that's your caveat, man. Because if it's government regulated, right,
who's to say?
you should be able to trust your government.
Right.
Which I also have to say, Zen, congratulations on your FDA certification. Welcome back to department stores. Welcome back to mass production.
Nice.
Love you. I miss you. Sponsor us.
Thank you, Sweden. Sweden,
Um,
right? Sweden.
First nicotine product ever to be approved by the FDA.
Food Drug Administration.
Mhm.
Yep.
First nicotine product ever.
That's fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Like, fucking crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was talking to the gas station attendant the other day about it. Yeah, she was pretty hyped. She was like, "Oh, that means we're gonna get so much more," and I'm like, "Yeah, but it means I'm gonna be buying so much more."
Oh my god.
Young lady, she's like 80, but I'm like, young lady.
Right.
You know, the old women love it when you call them young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear you. Nah, dude, it got me thinking about cloning because they cloned a sheep.
Yeah, they've cloned a lot of things actually.
Do you know when the first cloning was?
Oh, it was wasn't it like 1920s or something?
Yep.
Yeah. I know
They-
a thing or
they
two about
clone-
cloning. Yeah.
They cloned a sea urchin. That was the first living organism that got cloned was a sea urchin.
Okay, my question:
And then they cloned.
are you
lamb.
for or against cloning?
If there was a hunger shortage, I'd be all for it.
Mhm.
I don't know how I feel about cloning.
Okay, so
List the positives and list the negatives.
okay, so there's not positives and negatives to every category, right? It's a play-by-play kind of scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a 4th and 1 you go for it situation, right? We need
Right.
to understand what yard line we're on.
Okay.
Okay? Because depending on the yard line I'm on depends on whether or not I'm going to go for it. So
Mhm.
depending on the situation of cloning depends on whether or not I'm going to clone or not. Right?
Okay.
If we're talking about a human life, I'm not going to clone.
You're not going to clone a
I'm
human.
not going to clone. Not even for like farming organs. That's inhumane, that's disrespectful. On the religious sides of things, and I apologize to those who disagree with me, right?
Yeah, you don't have to apologize.
I feel like a lot of things that we do is because God lets us do a lot of things, right? As far as technology goes, right? I don't think that a man and a woman making a baby and giving birth is all that much different from a man and a woman in a laboratory cloning a child, because I feel like regardless, that child's still going to have a soul.
Yep. And
that child, live or die, is going to eventually go up to heaven.
Right.
And so I feel like the cloned child used for like farming organs or anything. I think it's
Right.
incredibly inhumane. I think it's incredibly wrong.
What about farming like a cow?
But I think when we're talking about now we're
Farming a cow.
now when we get into animals, I think we're talking more about like, red zone 4th and 1,
Okay.
right? 30 seconds left on the clock, touchdown or
We
bust.
it's like a topic that goes through a lot of people's brains,
Mhm.
but I don't think that gets brought up a lot.
I think
Obviously, they're trying to remember the whole super soldier. Trying to clone a super soldier.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah.
I think when it comes to human cloning, I think that's inhumane.
Okay.
I think it's wrong. It does seem unnatural. However, I mean, it is natural because like it's two natural things happening,
Right.
right? But what I think the
These
issue
are good topics.
the issue I think arises with cloning on whether or not the cloning subject has a soul or not,
Okay.
right? And that, I mean,
See, that's where people could argue that living animals have a beating heart.
right?
Right.
But without being a cow, I can't tell you how a cow feels.
That's
you
true.
know?
I don't
But I can
know
tell you right now
how you feel.
how I feel as a human.
Right.
Existentialism and all that,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like
Wow, you're using some good vocabulary.
it's the
there.
glasses.
I like
dude.
it. Yeah.
It's the glasses. I feel like cloning humans is inhumane, but when you come into animals, it might still be in the inhumane category, but it's more in that gray, like,
Right.
maybe. I think cloning for research, cloning to save an endangered species, perhaps.
Which one would you clone to bring back Don't Say Dinosaurs? Because they tried that on Jurassic Park, and we're not reliving that.
They were cocky in Jurassic Park.
just
They
saying.
didn't think. They tried to create the perfect environment, and there's no perfect environment. They did not do their due diligence. They should have talked to paleontologists before they started building the park, before they started cloning dinosaurs. They should have planned better. And then when everything happened and they built Jurassic World, they got fucking cocky and started mixing and matching. Jurassic Park could be a legitimate thing. I think it would be cool as fuck to be able to genetically engineer a clone of a Pachycephalosaurus, my
Jesus.
favorite dinosaur, shout out Pachy's.
Yep.
Or like a Triceratops or something like that to be the size of a dog. And then you could sell these
As pets?
as pets.
That'd be cool.
That'd be so goddamn cool.
So,
So yes, dinosaurs, Joey. Dinosaurs. Bring me my goddamn dinosaurs.
But where do you draw the line of cloning dinosaurs? Because I don't want a fucking T-Rex biting at people's ankles, dude. They got some sharp
Okay,
ass
so
teeth.
see, that's the thing, all right? That's the thing. I think
Do you clone herbivores?
you should probably only clone herbivores,
Okay.
right? Because let's be honest, like regardless of the size,
What's
Yeah.
the one with like the really long neck?
the herbivore.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of them. Brachiosaurus is one of them.
Brachiosaurus. That's
Brontosaurus.
Brontosaurus.
Alphasaurus.
I think it was Brontosaurus.
It's all the same. I've got a coffee table book I could show you. It's got
Hell
all
yeah.
the dinosaurs in it.
Good deal.
But I think if you were to clone herbivores and make them reasonable sizes, right? Like, I mean, fuck horses, get rid of horses, bring in some fucking Pachycephalosauruses for
Okay.
herding sheep and stuff. Because I tell you what, no wolf's gonna fuck with your pack, no coyote's gonna fuck with your pack. If you fucking take a packy to the dome, baby.
Right, that's
Packy
true.
to the dome.
Packy to the dome.
I
fuck.
think that you could clone dinosaurs in a responsible fashion with herbivores and stuff. Now, obviously, you're gonna be getting those crazy scientists that are going to clone
Velociraptors.
Velociraptors, Spinosaurus, stuff like that.
Stegosauruses.
Because we do cockfighting with birds and
yeah.
roosters. We do dog fights, and I feel like that's gonna turn into a thing where we're dino fighting, which honestly I'm gonna pay for. I'm gonna go watch it. And then once they turn it illegal, then I'm gonna be a little more low key about it. But I'm gonna watch
a
it.
little more low key.
But
you go on Stream East to stream it.
No, I'm going in person, man. I'm placing my bids, baby.
Oh, there you go.
That's how I'm gonna catch my bag.
Become part owner.
Yeah,
in a
dude, I'm
dinosaur.
built different.
Yeah,
I'm built different. I'm gonna own my own dinosaur fight club. We just don't talk about
we
it.
just don't talk about it.
I do think that it would be really cool to clone dinosaurs. You heard about the woolly mammoths that they're releasing into the Siberian forest.
Yep.
And I'd be really interested to see if that actually works.
Yeah, I haven't heard. I
haven't heard anything about it in a while.
I knew they were trying, because basically they're cloning it.
Correct.
So.
Because they found fresh meat frozen in ice.
Yep.
Which is perfect viable DNA.
Right.
I think.
But what's to say you couldn't find with like dinosaurs?
I think we should start off with something simple like the dodo bird, though, or some sort of animal that it is either endangered right now that we could introduce with a family.
Okay.
And like try and grow that population, or, a very recently, extinct species.
Right.
And then go balls to the wall with making me a pet dinosaur. You don't even need to make anybody else a pet dinosaur.
Right.
Just give me one.
Just give you one. So you answered my question from all this. Which one would you want to have cloned? Pachycephalosaurus.
Pachycephalosaurus.
And Pachycephalosaurus.
Cephala. There's no T in there.
Pachycephalosaurus.
Pachycephalosaurus.
Perfect.
Baby.
So
I love that dinosaur.
If you weren't gonna,
he looks so stupid. It's adorable, dude.
If you weren't gonna clone that to bring back an extinct animal, which one would you bring back?
If I wasn't gonna bring back a Pachycephalosaurus, which other dinosaur would I bring back?
No, which other extinct animal would you bring back?
I'm thinking probably like the dodo bird.
Yeah, you're really on the dodo birds. I wonder what they taste.
Well,
like.
that's why I brought it up.
I want to know what they taste like. Is it like a Cornish game hen?
Probably. I've never had penguin, but I'm pretty sure it'd probably be close to penguin.
Mm.
But dodo birds are recent, as far as extinction.
They're relatively recent, yeah. I would bring back the saber-toothed tiger.
See, that's scary,
That'd be
man.
fucking cool as shit.
That's scary, man. That's scary. I think the woolly mammoth is an interesting idea.
I think they're gonna put the woolly mammoth with a sloth.
And a saber-toothed tiger, and then
yeah.
save a little
basically
native child.
Have a live action fucking ice age
in
in Siberia.
I think I am not up to date on my recently endangered or extinct animals. I think you should probably do I'd say start with the Bangladeshi tiger. Because it's not extinct, but it's endangered.
Right.
So see if you can create and reintroduce a set amount of Bangladeshi tigers, because so the fun thing about Bangladeshi tigers,
you're just like saying Bangladeshian.
Well,
is that even what it's called?
Yes. So the Bengal tiger.
Say Bengal.
But it's from Bangladesh, and they live in the mangrove swamps.
Nice.
And it was back in the day when you used to get ads in the mail.
Okay.
And they sent us a DVD of tigers.
That's cool.
And you could subscribe to them, and they'd send you a new DVD documentary on each individual animal. This was before Netflix.
Back when you had to like encyclopedias.
And
shit
I
like that
begged
too.
my mom and dad to let me keep the CD instead of throw it out. And it has been one of my all-time favorite DVDs, and I watched that motherfucker like 20 times.
Where is it?
It's in my.
You have it.
Yes.
It's in your possession.
Yes.
Holy shit.
And that's when I learned about Bangladesh tigers, Bengal tigers, in the mangrove swamps of India and Indonesia.
You know what a good one would be? The Galapagos tortoise.
Is that endangered?
I think so. Because the Galapagos, I think that was the one that Charles Darwin.
Oh, what about the blue macaw?
The blue macaw. Beautiful bird.
Yeah.
Beautiful bird.
What about like a macaw or something like that, or
cool.
a toucan?
A toucan? And
just so you gotta see if you can reintroduce these endangered species into the environment and them thrive.
Right.
And then if you can do that, then start bringing stuff back, and then give me my dinosaur.
Without them taking over and turning into invasive.
Correct.
Right.
You have to understand the environment that they lived in and will live in, and make sure that ecosystem hasn't leveled out.
Because you've heard of Snake Island before, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking scary shit right there, dude.
You've heard of Cat Island, right?
Cat Island?
Yeah.
There's an island of cats?
Yep. It's in Japan.
Really?
Yep. And it is just owned by kitty cats.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if they like turn cannibalistic.
I have no idea.
Sure, or if it's perfect.
It's probably not perfect.
Shit. Do you think Rico could survive on Cat Island?
I don't think Rico could survive outside of my apartment.
Yeah.
Love the dude, but he's dumb as fuck.
He did quit banging on the door.
Yeah, but he's banging on a door.
Right, he's banging on a
I've
door.
seen this dude run full speed headfirst into a wall.
Yeah, that is true. But
You got to figure out if the ecosystem's leveled out.
yeah.
Because if the ecosystem is leveled out, because like nature finds a way, right?
Always, nature will always take over.
Yeah, nature finds a way.
Mother Earth will always.
Shout out Dr. Malcolm.
Dr. Malcolm.
Yeah, he's from Jurassic Park.
See. I just know they keep making him, so obviously Jurassic Park hasn't figured itself out yet.
Well, okay, so Malcolm is in charge of studying.
That's Jeff Goldblum, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
He's in charge of studying chaos theory, right?
Yeah.
And everything inherently is chaotic.
Shit.
And so the big thing is like nature finds a way,
Dude.
right? Because nature in itself is chaotic, but it's a self-leveling system,
Right.
right? So, you take out a big predator or something like the Bengal tiger in the mangrove swamps, right? You're gonna get all of these. You're gonna get the boar and the Sitka deer and everything. They're gonna
Right.
overwhelm the area, but eventually disease will be introduced and stuff like that. That's gonna kill off the majority of the deer and the majority of the boar.
Right.
And then that disease is gonna stay there because they don't have vaccines or hygiene or common sense or anything to like keep those diseases at bay.
Right.
And so what happens is like with that disease introduced or everything is either going to
It'll
decimate the
eradicate it,
ecosystem or it's going to keep the
Evolving.
ecosystem into an even level space.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like a chaos theory in a nutshell.
Right.
Is like it's going to you can create a system that's perfect, but it won't stay perfect forever because something will always introduce itself into the system that will cause it to be chaotic. And so what it kind of is like an ebb and flow, like global warming, right? Global warming is a
Fucking
natural
roller coaster.
chaotic system, right?
Yeah.
Because like you have volcanoes introduced, temperature goes up. The ash in the sky covers the world,
Right.
temperature goes down. You
Absolutely.
have
Mount St. Helens did that.
exactly,
Yep.
and then you have humans introduced, and they breed cows, and the temperature goes up.
Right.
Right.
Because they're them farting.
Yeah, all the farting cows.
Yeah.
And so it's like you can't have anything perfect forever, right? And it's kind of like a relationship, right? All relationships have ebbs and flows in them.
Yep.
And so what gets introduced into the relationship is love, right? And love is what keeps that whole thing together.
Absolutely. I was just thinking while you were talking about that with Jeff Goldblum and the chaos theory.
Yeah.
Dude's been through a lot. Okay, with Independence Day, with aliens attacking the Earth.
You want to know something interesting?
Good God. Go ahead.
So you know how Malcolm is in Jurassic Park 1, Jurassic Park 2, Jurassic Park 3, and the new ones? In the book, he actually dies in the first book.
Oh.
Yeah, that character is dead after the first book. You know the Asian scientist that's in the new ones as well?
Yeah. No, I haven't seen any of the new ones.
Oh, we are going to do a watch.
Yeah,
We're going to have to sit down and watch them.
I've been on the ride.
They're the best movies. They're the greatest movies of all time. They're great.
Okay, Jurassic Park or Star Wars? See, I gotcha.
Fuck.
See?
You got a quarter?
Use your Zin can.
All right. Heads is tails is
That was heads.
it's heads.
Heads. What was heads?
I didn't decide
Okay, perfect.
because I can't. No. I don't want to do this. No.
You're the one that said the greatest movie of all time, greatest trilogy or whatever.
Okay, but that's like saying like The Ballad of Ricky Bobby is the greatest movie of all
All
time.
right, I'm gonna hit you with another one that you really enjoy.
No, fuck no. I can see it coming.
You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be the Aliens.
Oh, I love that movie. Those
yeah.
movies.
Is it gonna be
I thought-
Alien or is it gonna be?
I thought you were
Jurassic
going to
Park?
tell me to pick Pixar's Cars over The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
No.
Because that'd be a dick move.
I'm going like multiple movies, Alien or Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Jurassic Park. Well, I'm gonna Jurassic Park or Cars.
Jurassic Park.
Wow. No ka-chow, dude. It's all conspiracy, brother.
You're going to make me cry just thinking about those movies never existing.
Which ones?
The ones that I just picked over.
Yep. Cars never existing, dude.
My phone case wouldn't even exist.
Your phone would be gone.
I've showed you the Lightning McQueen that I got in my car, right? That drifts as I turn.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so he's on. I got Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
He's a little Hot Wheels, and he's on a little pedestal. And as I turn, Lightning turns.
That's awesome.
And I slam on my brakes. Lightning turns around and looks at me, and be like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
That's really cool.
No,
man, those were some good topics today. Hopefully our viewers, listeners will send us some more topics to talk about because we are very much so enjoying all of this.
And this 70 gigabyte video, apparently.
Yeah, this is fucking
Holy
amazing.
crap.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
That's a good way to end.
Thank you to episode 2.
Episode
Pray to
2,
God this loads.
the biggest episode we've ever had.
Ever.
Peace.
Peace.